Hey everybody, it's Ann from Shapes Riverview and Shapes Brandon, and this week we're actually adding something to our repertoire, if you will, or our schedule, called Dump the Diet, and you should watch for it on every Friday morning. There's not one of your coaches, either at the Riverview location or the Brandon location, that feels as though this is the best time to get obsessed, if you will, about your nutrition. Be kind to yourself. Be relaxed. Calm down a little bit. Don't worry about throwing everything out of the pantry that might be high glycemic or high sugar. And really think about planning with your family. That's my big tidbit for today. But I do want you to think about a fun little game that we've used before in sessions and lunch and learns throughout the years called Dump the Diet. My clients have been dumping the diet for about 40 years now. I don't know if you realize how long I've been a trainer, 40 years. And instead of them being really compulsive or nervous about following a fad, or from start to finish being too meticulous about measuring and weighing, that's not for the general public. That's not for us that are staying home with our family right now. Instead, take time today, and it may take about 5 or 10 minutes of your time, and think and look for one thing that's either in your house or in your routine or part of your lifestyle that makes you feel guilty. What's that one thing that makes you feel guilty when you eat it? What's that one thing that makes you feel uncomfortable, nervous, or angry at yourself, decreases your self-esteem, makes you worry about what the scale says? That one thing that you could probably remove from your lifestyle right now to decrease the opportunities for you to have that big drop in self-esteem or an increase in guilt. I gotta tell you, mine, and it's been the same since I was an obese gal about 40 years ago, has been pizza. And when my family orders pizza, I choose to make my dinner ahead so that I have something that doesn't make me feel guilty. It probably was because in the day, I would serve my children their pieces of pizza. At that time, it was mainly cheese pizza because the little kids like cheese pizza, right? And then when everyone was asleep at night, I'd go back and finish the whole thing. I was capable at that time of obsessing over leftover pizza. And if there was anything in the morning, I had it for breakfast. But then by noon the next day, I felt guilty, my self-esteem was diminished. I didn't feel as though I was on my A game. So think about one thing. There's another client I just want to share a story with. I don't think she's watching today, but if she is, hey Joyce, it's great to see you. It's great to talk to you. But when I asked my client base to bring in an example of the one thing that they needed to dump, she brought in a tub of Cool Whip. And then we all went, and we were meeting in a group then because we did as much together in this group as we do now as far as sharing strategies. She brought in a tub of Cool Whip. And I thought, well, that's not so bad. It's low fat and it's low calorie. But what she disclosed to the group, because she decided that that was the day that she would dump that diet item, was that she had a tub of Cool Whip every single day of the week. And she opened up a bag and she had 7 tubs of empty Cool Whip that she had strung together, one after the other, on a piece of string, and she was going to hang it up to remind her in her home that she had dumped that item. Now that's an extreme case versus the pizza, but everybody out there has one thing, and I'm going to challenge you today to find that one thing, whether it be in your pantry or whether it's in your mind that you want and you're obsessing over. That one thing that makes you feel guilty, that makes you lose that self-esteem, and makes you unfocused, if you will, on your fit and healthy life while you're at home. So that's my hint for today. I'll play Dump the Diet with you again next Friday. Thanks for tuning in.